I'm walking through a nice area of Brooklyn. I've just spent the afternoon instructing in the park, and I went for a hike around. And over the last week, I've got into not really rows with people, heated online discussions, I would say. You know, one of them was a guy kept telling me where I'm doing everything wrong with my fitness, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, openly, blatantly admits to steroid abuse. And he tells me where I'm doing things wrong. Then I had a breakfast the other day and he said it's a shit breakfast, and I just told him, I said, listen, you're living in the past, you're listening, you're breathing, this is what the status quo wants you to believe. Home of the Wicked Witch. Oh, okay. And I got into it with him. The breakfast was high fat, protein, low carb. So, you know, you can call that paleo, keto, or just healthy eating. So, the next one was some, you know, a woman that's not in great shape, eats garbage, and then says, you know, you put all this unnatural stuff in your body, which I don't. And she said, well, I'm looking out for my friends. I don't want you talking to them. So I basically blocked her. So there's a couple of times in the last month I've really upset people. So when I say to someone, if you don't do something today, you're going to fucking die, and I'm not coming to your funeral because you're too fucking fat to carry. When I say that to them, they get really offended. But, you know, the reality is this. Sometimes you got to stir shit up to get people to listen. And if I didn't care and wanted them to sugarcoat shit and say, no, it's okay, carry on fucking killing yourself. You've got a family, don't worry about them. Just carry on looking after yourself and eating shit and not doing anything right. So when they get offended, and then they realise I come from a place of belief and conviction in what I do. And it's, you know, this occurred to me this week, and they've all basically thanked me after the fact for giving them a wake-up call. And a wake-up call is never generally a pleasant experience, or whatever it is in life. It's never designed to be. You look like a convict. Oh well, at least I'm fucking out here talking. You know, the last bunch of haters here were saying like, oh, there's only 100 people watching, and I looked at who it was. No picture, no followers, no fuck all. So you know what? Haters hate along. I don't know what a convict looks like. Yep, we all need a wake-up call. I've had them, bigger ones than most. So, when I say to someone, you're going to fucking die, it's a wake-up call. And it takes me back to years ago. In the 80s, I was one of the pioneers of the water filter movement. Knocking on doors, explain to people what was in the tap water, in the water out the faucet. And where I was, had some of the worst drinking water on earth. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And come from the bottom of the Great Lakes, there was whatever it was, fucking 300 chemicals in there, 80 of them were possible cancer-causing agents, all kinds of shit. And I grew up with the mentality that, the best drinking water in the world, Northern England. It's not, it was shit, it was pumped full of chlorine and who knows what. I'm not going to get into this debate now, but I would be in people's houses showing the benefits and explaining the benefits and letting them taste the difference and explaining what's in the water. And the amount of rows I got into with pregnant women that were saying, oh, it's just not the right time, we got a baby coming, blah, 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 financially we can't do it, yada, 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 which essentially was bullshit. And I would get into fucking rows with them. And just say, listen, if you're going to have one glass of that water, a toxic Kool-Aid, you can have 2. You can have 10. You can drink for a day. You can drink for a week. You can drink for a month and a year and 10 years. And kaboom. And nothing might happen. But if I leave your house and 10 years down the road, you go, fuck, I wish I'd have listened to that guy. I failed in what I do. And I would get into stand-up arguments with them in front of their husbands. Why? Because of my conviction, my belief. I would have to humiliate husbands sometimes. You know, if he was the guy... if he was the guy that controlled the purse strings, which is kind of unusual. It's usually the woman. Hang on, what am I doing now? I'm walking on this light and not that light. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just walking all over the place here. No jaywalking. No jaywalking. Fuck it. And, you know, there was times when I had to humiliate it, where the wife wanted the clean water and the kids wanted the clean water. And even the fucking pets liked the clean water. And the husband just had hold of the cash. And I would just put them on the spot. I'd say to the wife, do you want clean water? Yes, I do. I say to the kids, do you want clean water? Yes, we do. I just turn, look the husband straight in the eyes and say, can they have it? Yeah. And shut the fuck up. First one I speak loses. And I didn't care. Why? Because of my fucking conviction and belief. So if you don't have that... I get distracted by dogs. If you don't have that conviction and belief in what you're doing, and you're not prepared to stand your ground and get into fucking rows with people, which I am, I base it on personal experience. I got into that business because I got sick drinking the water. Not sick, but stomach pains drinking the tap water in Toronto as soon as I moved there. And then I found out what it was. This is the days before you could drink bottled water. When I've got some fucking guy pumped full of steroids in the UK that is obviously mental, questioning how I got in shape, how my pants are falling off, telling me I'm doing it wrong, you know what? I have to stand there and say, hey, fuck you, dickhead. I don't care. When I've got some woman stuffing herself full of McDonald's questioning what I'm doing, fuck you. I don't fucking care. This is the conviction and belief I come from. And if people don't like it, that's fine. I'm not against alternate views. But unless they can back it up and fucking prove it, shut the fuck up. And that's it from beautiful Brooklyn. Adios.